Today is Friday, January 22nd, 2021. And yesterday we looked at the Columbian Exchange, and today we're going to use what we learned and create a little something creative. So, our lesson objective today is I can describe the Columbian Exchange and its effects. So, I want to remind everyone that the formal definition we learned of the Columbian Exchange yesterday was that it is an exchange of plants, animals, humans, bacteria, aka germs, technology between the old world, Africa, Asia, and Europe, and the new world. And the Columbian Exchange is what created a connection between the Eastern and Western hemispheres that brought the two sections of the world together like never before. The effects of the Columbian Exchange, like we learned yesterday, have a great range. There were many positives to the Columbian Exchange, but there were also many negatives that we learned about. And that is going to be part of what we do today. So, as we sort of learned yesterday, there were a lot of goods that were being traded and transported, but there were also diseases that were being traded and transported, which then led to the drastic decline of the Native American population, not just in Mexico, but in North and South America, which then led to the start of Africans being brought to the Americas as slaves. This was just like another nice graphic that shows us sort of what was going between the old and the new world in the Columbian Exchange. And it gives us a more extensive list of all of the diseases that were going from the old world to the new world that I thought you may want to have access to. So as I mentioned at the start of this mini lesson video, we're going to do something creative to apply what we learned yesterday. We're now going to apply our new knowledge and use some of our tech and historical thinking skills together. So today we're going to create a quote menu for a quote restaurant of the old world and the new world. You will use the information from yesterday's lesson, you've already done the work, to demonstrate what was the Columbian Exchange and its effects. So what is required for the menu? You'll need to make a title. Be creative and clever. You need to define the Columbian Exchange in your words. You technically did that yesterday, as long as you used your own words. You'll have to pick 5 menu items. So you'll use this graphic or maybe this graphic from yesterday to pick out some quote items that would be on the menu. You're going to include a warning, a menu warning. You know, sometimes you go to a restaurant and it's like, these wings are really spicy and you might, not feel well after it. Something to the effect of that. Well, you're going to do that, but it's going to, instead of a food warning, it's going to be a major negative effect of the Columbian Exchange, which we did discuss extensively, some of these really negative effects of the Columbian Exchange. Of course, you're going to want to include pictures. This helps your reader see what it is that you're talking about. And as always, you need to write your name, date, and cohort, which is your class, on your work. So this is the same slide that I was going over before, but I want to make something clear. 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're actually going to do this work in JupyterPod first. This way you know you've completed the most important part, and I'm also going to say the bulk of your work. So all you really have to do is copy and paste this into your presentation. This way your teachers can score your work, write you feedback, so that you know you can earn as many points as possible on the little project that we will actually score once you turn it in. How am I going to make this? You can use whatever presentation app you're most comfortable with. We suggest Google Slides, Microsoft PowerPoint, Apple Keynote, or Google Docs, Microsoft Word, Apple Pages. You could make a video, and maybe you have a different app that you want to use to make this menu. Tell us about it. What might my final product look like? Well, there are teacher models in the Padlet that you can refer to, and I'm going to go over that in a moment. How and where do I submit my work? Okay, you have really 2 options. Option 1, If all of your work is on one slide, so say you made just one single slide, you're just going to take a screenshot of it. And then you're going to upload it into your class's Padlet. Other option, if your presentation is more than one slide, like you see how Ms. Sheff has multiple slides in her mini lesson video, if it's something like this, you're going to save it as a PDF, and then you're going to upload it to your class's Padlet. Now I have this little star. Read this. To know how to save something as a PDF, go to YouTube and search how to save, and then the name of whatever app you're using, such as Google Slides, Microsoft PowerPoint. How to save Microsoft PowerPoint as a PDF on are you using an iPad, a Windows computer, a MacBook, so on and so forth. So here is Ms. Sheff's teacher model, which we're going to just shift right over here. You can see my teacher model right here, and then you can see this slide that I went over just a few moments ago about what is required. So you can see how you'll earn every single point in this project and how that has been displayed in Ms. Sheff's menu. Now, I only did one slide, so I just took a screenshot of my slide and I uploaded it. You'll upload your project over here. So to get started, we are going to head straight to the pod. We are on step 2, where you're going to answer questions 1 through 4. You have 15 minutes to do this, and then you're going to make your actual presentation. Please head to the pod straight away.